Hey, Soul Fam, how you doing? Let's see who we are reading for today. Capricorn. All right, Cappy. What is going on in the current stars for you? Let's see. So, Cap, as of right now, you've got Fortune in your house. Fortune is a point that is calculated using the sun, the moon, and the rising. So Fortune is in your sign right now. Otherwise, your house is empty. So whatever you have natally in Capricorn would be most significant. We do have South Node trining on your sign. And we've got Uranus trining on your sign on its way out, right? Uranus is going to be on its way out of Taurus. I think that there are some really awesome things that may transpire seemingly out of the blue or random or something that's fast, right? Quick in and also quick to go, right? Not necessarily long term. That's helping erase some kind of facet of the self that maybe you've been hard on yourself about in this lifetime or the last. I also feel, because, well, currently the moon is in Libra. So that is squaring on your sign. Emotions may be a little difficult for you today, especially if you have later Capricorn placements. And we've got a fuck ton going on in Aries, which is squaring your sign. So lots of challenges, right? Routine might be challenged. Productivity might be challenged. Needing to do things because divine order calls you to it when you don't really want to might be a thing, especially if it's healing, right? Especially if it's healing. And there's nothing going on in Cancer as of yet. Jupiter's on its way in there, which would be opposing your sign, right? So not quite true opposition yet, but it's dang close. It's going to be opposing you as we move through the rest of June and into July, right? With Jupiter being opposite your sign, which is going to lead to really big integrations, right? Jupiter opposing your sign, Cap, isn't necessarily a bad thing, but there is going to be big healings that are definitely going to test you in probably profound ways. Wherever Cancer falls in your chart is going to be highlighted. If your natural 10th house ruler is being opposed, you may be taking care of the home or nurturing through providability, right? With the upcoming month to a year. Okay. Other things that are helping you out, Venus just entered into Taurus. So Venus, especially if you have like early Cap placements, like first degrees of Capricorn, Venus in her home sign of Taurus, trine your sign, is probably going to benefit you huge financially. It may even boost your aesthetic or help you create some kind of very solid or reliable reputation and or legacy. It may even improve your appearance, right? Most definitely improving your finances or your ability to bring in money. That's a big deal. So definitely some positives in there, Cap. You just might, have to do some things that aren't necessarily comfortable, or you don't know why you have to do them, but I'm sure you will realize it eventually why it was so important. Okay. We do have a nice triple trine in the sky today. We've got the moon in Libra at 25 degrees, trine Pallas Athena at 25 degrees Aqua, trine Mercury at 25 degrees Gemini, all aspecting on Chiron, Eris conjunct in Aries at 25 degrees. So we have this nice like kite in the sky, the trine, and it's a I call it a triple trine because it's not a true grand trine with minor placements, but like Pallas, it's a minor luminary. And they're all aspecting on Chiron, right? This is where we do a lot of deep healing in the self, and maybe not in the way that you thought, but it's going to open up your mind a lot to energy and what it's like to be emotionally fair with people, and thinking about the long term and how that long-term vision is actually very controllable with the facts of the reality, right? The actual face value facts of the reality, and what you can do to nurture it and show compassion for it and bring balance to it, right? So you're actually in a really nice kind of vibe, even if it is a little bit challenging. Let's see what we have going on in the dice, what other placements may be significant to you, or if you're cross-watching. We've got Sag. Sag may be significant for you. Maybe you have other placements in Sag as well, especially if you're a Cap with Mercury in Sag, because we've got Mercury on the dice. That is also Gemini and Virgo energy, as well as 3rd and 6th house energy. And then we've got the 4th house. So Cancerian energy, which we were talking about, could also be 4th house of home. And a moon placement. So your moon may be significant, especially if it is Capricorn moon, Sag moon, Gemini, or Virgo moon, right? Or if you have nodes in any of those signs, because the moon is tied to the nodes. All right. Let's see what is going on with Cap. And the energy in and of the dice on themselves, like Sag, Mercury, 4th house, like this is really seeing the potential in what you can do as far as nurturing and the home, right? Long-term potential, especially if it is financial, but it's communicating nurturance through your actions, right? Nurturance through your actions. It's more than just words. It's about reaching long-term goals, right? Let's see. We're going to start with the Harrow and my hand-drawn cards. I think we're going to also pull my energy alignment deck today. Spirit, what's going on for Cap? We've got the Queen Mother with the Demon's Lantern in the reverse. It's a good one to have in reverse. What else? The Cricket and the Uprising. Bottom of the deck is the Big Sky. Chains are breaking. All right. That Eclipse card's on top. It's been coming out a lot. All right, hand-drawn cards. Spirit, clarify the Queen Mother with the Demon's Lantern misaligned in reverse. Clarify that energy for me, please. Open door. And clarify the Cricket with the Uprising. Addiction to baggage. We got the Honor on top. Hey Risa, how you doing? Happy Friday. And the Needle and Thread. Okay. Energy alignment cards. This is a deck of my own creation. It's got all light chakra energies on one side and all shadows on the other. Clarify the Queen Mother with the Demon Lantern reverse. Open door energy, please. We got Caring and Claircognizant. Clarify the Cricket with the Uprising, please. Shadow is Reckless, and then we've got Encouraging and Connection Oriented. They both came out upside down, but they're still in the light. So maybe fighting off egocentrism and being condescending. right? Fighting that off. Trying to encourage connection. Thing is, it's a little reckless, which means you're not necessarily being thoughtful in maybe how you're communicating in connection with another. And that might be because there's an addiction to baggage. On the whole, I think there's loyalty, with that loyalty card being the light on the top. I think the risk is feeling lost. Okay. I got a lot of light on the board, though. A lot of light on the board. Only one shadow card. That's not common. So, touche to that. Let's see. Tarot. I'm going to remind you of the eclipse energy on top. I know it's been coming out, but I got to read it for you. So the eclipse is shadow contracts. It's a lawful evil card in D&D. It represents self-doubt and loss of purpose. The card afflicts those with faith in the divine as their talents can wane under the stress. It can also indicate a loss of way along a path. So you may be having to go down a road that you don't necessarily, and we kind of talked about it with the astrology, right? You don't necessarily understand why you have to do it. You know, it's feeling like if you do a certain thing, then you must not be on your path because you don't think it's aligned with your path, and yet it is, right? It is in alignment with the greater healing, but you might feel like the needs of everything going on around you, including the spiritual path, is kind of eclipsing out who you are, what you want to do, and what you're used to, or how you're used to dictating or running your life. The big sky on the bottom is chaotic good, which is the exact opposite, right? It's the exact opposite. The big sky shows an epic moment as the slaves of a nation are freed. The slaves' freedom specifies momentous and powerful change as old shackles are cast off in the light of day. So whatever you're being called to do right now, Cap, you might not understand why you're being called to do it. It might seem counterproductive to what it is you think you should be doing, but it is exactly what is meant to be done. It is going to take the spiritual shackles off of yourself and everybody involved in the long run, especially where we are divinely connected with people, right? Bonds we cannot break with the red thread and the honor. You know, we come into this life, you know, like soul in hand, you know, like we're going to get through this healing together. These are connections that we could not possibly see ourselves being without. This is especially true for family dynamics and family that we create with other people. And knowing that we're going to get through certain healings together, right? This is a big deal. You might not know why, right? Lost, especially if you're getting those squares from Saturn and Neptune. But who we are loyal to. And it's going to take some time is the overall, right? The overall energy. So the first person, or energy number one, we have the Queen Mother and the Demon's Lantern, and the Demon's Lantern is in the reverse. So let's read for you. The Queen Mother is lawful neutral. The Queen Mother is knowledge personified. The Formian knows all, but does not reveal anything to anyone who does not show her proper worship. She is fond of the powerless and the underclasses, for they serve her when the more powerful refuse. She represents the need to become part of society or bow before those who know more than you. So this person obviously knows a lot. Probably more than they let on sometimes. And people who know more than her, she's not necessarily of service to them. I think she appreciates being of service to people who are more powerless or underclass as far as energy, because she helps them, right? She helps them with the knowledge that she has. It's about bringing you into society and knowing that you might not know everything, but that maybe you can accept when there are people that know more than you and you can heed their guidance, right? Like if you or someone in your life, right? Because these roles can be switched in reverse. You guys take it how it resonates with you. I just read it as I read it. But it's almost as if there is someone here who just might be your elder, right? Might be a little bit wiser than you. Maybe they're an older soul and it has nothing to do with physical age, but they know a lot. And it's like, you might not understand why they're advising you like they are, or why they're, telling you that a certain path is the right one, even if it's just for the time being, right? If it's temporary, this person is claircognizant and they're caring. So they are genuinely in an open heart space, right? We've got heart chakra cards, caring, and they are claircognizant. They've got an open third eye and they're coming out with the open door, right? That is their vibe. They know like they know without any proof. They know what they know and they do care. They do care about you and your well-being. The demon's lantern being in the reverse has a bit to do with that. The demon's lantern is chaotic evil in the upright. So misaligned, it's lawful good. So we've got lawful neutral and lawful good. I don't believe this person has any motive being lawful neutral as far as themselves. There's no personal agenda or personal benefit to the guidance that they're giving you. And it is a lawful good contract. Being in misalignment, it represents an opportunity or a guide arriving at the perfect moment to show the way. This person is coming in with a clear heart, a clear conscience, and a connection with you in soul, guiding you in the right direction. There is no sleight of hand. There's no tricks. There's nothing, there's no putting you in impossible situations or things that you would want to retract from. Whoever this person is, they're showing you this is the door. This is the way through it. It might not be the easiest path, but this is the path that you could take in order to elevate and maybe even get on this level of knowledge or wisdom that I hold. They're kind of moving you up, So person number one definitely has positive energy and they're probably wise beyond their years. Definitely old soul, right? Definitely old soul. And there are no tricks, right? There's no tricks. There's no benefit to them personally. It really is about you and in the long run and what you can do to better your own spiritual standing here in the mundane world of things, right? They're presenting an open door for you. Person number two, I've got the cricket and the uprising. The cricket is neutral good. The cricket is a grig, a creature whose mind is as quick as its body. It represents speed and quick passage. Although the cricket is commonly associated with travel, the peach it sits by represents treasure at the end. So it will be fast, whatever this is, like I was talking about. Like Uranus is on its way out of Taurus and it's still trining on your sign at the very end of Taurus. Like whatever this is that's transpiring, once you get it, I think the ball's going to be rolling really, really fast. And I don't think whatever you're dealing with is going to be long term. I do feel like whatever this is, the treasure at the end is going to come a lot sooner than you realize. The uprising is chaotic neutral. So neutral good and chaotic neutral. The uprising represents being caught in the clutches of something more powerful than you. It is an overwhelming strength that often crushes what it comes in contact with. The crown held high signifies an overthrowing of a leader of some sort. In the spread, it indicates a force much stronger than the person receiving the reading. So whoever this is, right, they are getting caught up in something that they do not have power over, right? If this first person is letting the second person know, like, hey, this is a spiritual path, or this is the path, or whatever it is, you know, that needs to get done, like, yes, you can do it. Somebody else might have to come off the throne in order for you to step up into that position. You know, a great example would be the person who earns all of the money in the household flip-flopping, right? And the person who was the breadwinner feels like they're being demoted, you know, because they were on this pedestal of respect being the provider, and now they're having to step down so someone else can step into it, right? It's kind of, and it's just dealing with the fact that there are certain things going on, astrologically speaking, that are a little beyond your control, but I feel like it is temporary, and it'll be over faster than you think, right? It really is temporary. There is an addiction to baggage that has to be let go of, especially if there's Scorpio or Pisces placements involved, including 8th or 12th house, right? Including 8th or 12th house. Neptune, Mars squares or aspects and things like that may also be significant in your chart or someone else's. I think the one thing, because this person is encouraging and they are connection oriented, like they are all about the harmony, they just might say or do some shit that's a little bit reckless in the process. Especially if they are the one being quote unquote dethroned. Just remember, it's temporary. It's temporary. Someone definitely is going to exchange roles or swap roles. And there's healing. There's healing that comes along with that. I feel like on both sides. I think the connection between the two of you, not only is your connection going to get stronger, I think you'll have healed a lot of ancestral karma, right? Familial karma, right? Breaking chains with the big sky is a big deal, where you honor your connection with another and allow certain things that may have gone unhealed for a very long time to finally heal, right? Opening up that door and crossing the threshold. Let's get some insight into this. I'm going to use my 𝐴𝐸𝐺 tarot. 𝐴𝐸𝐺 is my spirit animal. I've never watched Hello Kitty. I can't not love 𝐴𝐸𝐺. Let's see. And then I've got Tarot of the Abyss. Which, to be fair, I think might be the most poorly named deck that I have, because it doesn't reflect the cards. I don't know where they got the name. It just doesn't reflect it to me. But I digress. Spirit, please. What is going on for Cap and those who resonate? Especially if you've got strong Sag, Cancer, Gemini, or Virgo in your chart, or any combination thereof. What is going on? All right, I've got the Sun, I've got the Three of Cups. King of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter energy, give me one more, and then some clarities, please. Okay. What else do we need to know? Need two more. Okay. The Fool is on the bottom with the star on top. Arian, Uranian energy and Aquarian energy. Take it a layer deeper. Let's take this. Let's take it one more layer deeper, please, Spirit. And that is why I love the third layer. It explains so much more. I'll explain in a second. Let me get all the cards out. Three major arcana in a row. In reverse. Got multiple fives, multiple nines. Give me one more. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Swords. Top is the Seven of Wands. I feel, Kat, that you're willing to take a leap of faith on healing, even if it is a blind leap, because a part of you is so tired of having to put on the different facades for everyone. You know, like facades that you're okay when maybe you're not, or facades of compassion when you're frustrated with situations, right? Having to put on multiple faces at the same time. I think a part of you doesn't like not knowing or feeling like you are up against a brick wall because other people are hitting a brick wall. It's like needing to take control, defending what you want. Now, what I've got here, I've got the Sun with the Nine of Cups and the Ten of Wands, shining authentically in your light to get the wish. It is going to feel a little spiritually heavy. I don't think it's going to feel bad. I just think it's going to feel heavy, okay? If Spirit's giving it to you, it's because you can carry it. You are fit and suited to carry it. You're going in, looking for the wish, knowing that it's heavy. And maybe a part of the wish is to unload or let go of a lot of this weight, which is why you're looking forward to it in a weird in a spiritual sense. Like you're looking forward to it because you're finally going to get rid of some of this extra spiritual weight going forward with whatever you're going forward towards. I think there is a lot of celebration at hand between you and other people with the Three of Cups for whatever new beginning is sparking. Even if it goes against previous belief systems that you had, right, with the Hierophant in the reverse under that. I got the Three of Cups with the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse Hierophant. I feel like, especially with the Ace of Pentacles, because there's the gate of the roses, right, the archway. It's bringing in that open door energy that the first person had. And I feel like that's... I feel like that's important to acknowledge, because I feel like you are going to walk through the door, but it does go against prior beliefs that maybe you shouldn't have to be the one to create the foundation, right? Maybe you just aren't traditionally the one that creates or upholds the foundation. It's not your typical role. The King of Cups with the High Priestess and the Strength card in the reverse. There might be a part of you, and a very emotionally deep part of you that you're keeping secret, that feels weak. That feels weak, like you don't know if you can do it. Which might be why you are having to walk through the damn door to begin with. Because you can, and you think you can. High Priestess is Piscean energy, is 12th house energy. King of Cups can be Cancerian energy, can also be Piscean energy. It's not about ego or pride, which might interfere, especially from other people. But I think there's something really deep in the 12th house where you're needing to find strength because you feel like you're not strong, or that your strength, for whatever reason, cannot be seen. The Wheel of Fortune with the Five of Swords, forgive me. The Wheel of Fortune with the Five of Swords follows with the Empress in the reverse. When things start to change, other people might not be able to handle it. They might not be able to handle it. And or a part of you is going to want to quit right away, right? Like you might take off on that path that you're supposed to be on and immediately want to turn around and be like, no, this is not what I want. If you were to walk away from it and try and hold on to things the way they are. The Five of Cups with the Four of Coins and the Nine of Pentacles. I think ultimately you'd be holding on to your own sadness or your own depression. Holding on to the reality that is sad or depressing and claiming it because you're not moving out into sovereignty from whatever stuff you're healing through, right? Familial stuff you're healing through. The World card with the Nine of Swords and the Three of Swords and the Knight of Swords. I think if you stick with it though, the World being Saturn's card, it is an end to anxiety and pain and mental stagnation, where you may be having closed cycles on certain behaviors of thought and are now getting communications from spirit about your own light and your own power, and that you do not have to live in a depressed state. that you do not have to live in a depressed state. You do not have to be sad. You may have been sad for a long time. Sad might be normal. Overwhelmed might be normal. Being combative might be normal, but it is not the way that life has to continue. It can actually be peaceful. Anxiety can come to a close. Pain and harsh thoughts can come to a close. It's just a matter of sticking to it. It's a matter of sticking to it. It's a matter of honoring the healing and not necessarily being reckless because you have the addiction to baggage, right? You leaning into the light, being more encouraged and connection oriented. The addiction to pain, the addiction to sadness, or the addiction to depression, especially if you've known it for a long time, it's become a part of who you are. It has to go, right? Peeling off that layer and being able to take control of your life and doing things your way in a way that benefits everyone involved. Like I said, it's taking a leap of faith on the healing process and really having to defend the fact that you don't want to keep wearing all these different masks for people, including yourself, right? Putting on the face that you're okay when you're not. Putting on the face that, you know, you can handle the sadness when you don't want to handle the sadness. You don't actually want to handle the sadness, right? What is the words that keep repeating in your mind or out loud that are essentially casting on you, right? The different words that you use. I'm so tired. I'm so over it. This or that. Like, what are you manifesting, right? Words are powerful. This is about changing the way you speak. It's about allowing your feelings to come up and allowing them to be acknowledged, and that you are it's within your power to change it, right? It's within your power to change it. I'm being drawn to the Power Thought cards by Louise Hay. We'll start there. Get some guidance for Capricorn. What card above all others, please, Spirit? Yeah, I open new doors to life. Can't make this shit up. I open new doors to life. Back says, I rejoice in what I have, and I know that fresh new experiences are always ahead. I greet the new with open arms. I trust life to be wonderful. Let that be your mantra. Repeat it a couple times to yourself. I rejoice in what I have, and I know that fresh new experiences are always ahead. I greet the new with open arms. I trust life to be wonderful. I open new doors to life. I'm going to pull one more for you from the notes from the universe on love and connection. Spirit, what other card of guidance above all others would you have for Capricorn at this time? Got a few. Give yourself much more credit. A stranger than strange preponderance to ponder. Those in great relationships aren't always those who are good at relationships. And those in challenging relationships aren't always those who are bad at relationships. Oh, see? Wow. Even though I used preponderance ineptly, this one is really good. Please ponder the universe. It's okay if you're in a good relationship with people who aren't good at them. And it's okay if you're in a challenging relationship with someone who is not bad at them. Preponderance. Time for a love fest. Actually, everyone is reasonable. They just have their own reasons, and usually it's worth trying to learn what they are to maximize chances of a full-blown 60s style psychedelic love fest, which is always a good thing. Everyone is reasonable. They just have their own reasons, and it's usually worth trying to learn what they are, right, to maximize the chances of a love fest. People are reasonable. If you don't like something or they don't like something and things are changing, if you can reason with someone, typically they will start to understand. Like, they might not like it either, but they understand. Reason with them, you know? Like, in the example, if someone's role is flip-flopping and someone is becoming the breadwinner and someone is, you know, falling from that position and they're not comfortable with it, be reasonable with them. You know, like, it's okay. This I can handle, that I can handle. And if you're doing this or that as well, in the meantime, like, that will help me help you. And this can benefit while that is benefiting with the swap of roles. You know, maybe it'll give you more time to do this or more time to do that or find something else or whatever. You know, you can be reasonable with them, instead of just saying, you know, well, this is how it is and this is how it has to be and you're going to have to deal with it. Like, find a common ground, because I think there will be a lot of appreciation when there's a redelegation of things and there's reason behind it. It says, those you love, love you. To be beautiful in the eyes of another, simply forget they're watching. Tally-ho, the universe. Simply forget they're watching. Those you love, love you. It always kind of reminds me, like, whenever this card does come out in different reads, it reminds me of, like, someone who's just being themselves, like, kind of bopping along and dancing in the kitchen, like, to their earbuds or something. You know, like, to be beautiful in the eyes of another, just simply forget other people are watching. Just do what you do that is authentically you, and do it well. And forget that you're even being observed. Just be yourself. And that love or admiration of you will come through because you're just being you, doing what you do. Like, there's going to be a lot of gratitude at the end. You are adored. It says, don't be fooled by the quote unquote players, and don't be fooled by yourself. There's no one more lovable nor loved than you. And I know everyone. Precious, the universe. Don't let anybody talk you out of your role or your game in this life. All of the different things that society has structured to make you believe or them believe or whoever, like, none of that actually matters right now. The universe loves you to pieces and just really wants to encourage you on your journey, your authentic journey, more than anything else, and remind you that you're loved on it. Open those doors, give yourself more credit. Know that, you know, people that you love are there for you and love you, and there will be a sense of understanding with good reason why things are shifting for the time being. Remember that you are adored in all things, you know. Universe loves you and supports you and wants the best for you. Wants you to be at peace in life, and everybody you love to be at peace in life. If you're in alignment with someone, you'll be able to find some common ground and move forward. I do think there is someone in the experience who is a definite old soul guide showing you the way, and another person who is a little bit resistant but willing to do it. And I think that ultimately it will result in the release of anxiety and pain. Truly. You going after your authentic path, set on the wish fulfillment, knowing that you're going to shed some spiritual weight, is going to change a lot of things. Things in the manifestation might change. Things deep within the self are most definitely going to change. And whatever you thought was worth holding on to in the sadness and depression that's familiar, I think you'll be really happy once it's actually gone and you don't have to put on that facade anymore. I hope it helps, Cat. With that, I'll either see y'all later or see y'all tomorrow. We'll figure it out. I always do some guided. You guys have a great day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time. Bye, everyone.